Hello my two daily viewers. How are we doing? Great, I hope to continue that. I'll be giving at least 3 things in this video: an introduction, an update, and also a Q&A, so let's jump into it. My channel here is mostly about a story that I've carefully crafted over the past 3 or 4 years, I can't remember. And that story is in fact still going, with me finally introducing voice acting into the mix of it, so that old or new viewers can understand what's going on with this whole story. I might make a couple videos talking about what the story is about, but that might take a while, so we will see. Now, as I've mentioned before, voice acting is a new thing that I've introduced into the series, and I think that would count as an honorable mention update. But to get to the real core of it all, I've been working on my channel throughout most of my school years, but my biggest challenge is upcoming for this school year. So you might notice that in the near future that I either super rarely upload, or I may not even upload at all, but that's an issue to be foreseen that may or may not be likely. Basically, the future of this channel may be just a little confusing, but we will persevere. Okay, first question I got was, who voices that handsome pumpkin guy? Don't know why you question it that way, but I like to give a little bit of a shout. I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend Pumpkin Pet YT. He is also a very good content creator that I do recommend. I'll put a channel link in the description below. Hopefully it works. Or you can look him up here if that doesn't work. And yeah, he's a good YouTuber. I'll say that for sure. He also streams on Twitch, so if you want to follow him on Twitch, you can also do that. I'll put that as a link in the description, and I'll also put it right here, so you can stay up to date with whatever he does. And yeah. Next person asks, what inspired you to create your Fortnite videos? Well, it's hard to say. A lot of inspiration comes from whatever I used to watch back in the day, and a little channel I used to watch was something called Newscape Pro. They were Fortnite content creators as well, but they were also one of the biggest inspirations for me trying to think of a story that I wanted to create. I mean, I'm not the best drawer, nor am I a good writer sometimes, but over time, at least my writing's gotten better, not my drawings. So when I came to the idea of trying to make a story, I eventually got inspiration from that channel and decided to branch out into Fortnite when I finally got the chance to get video clips and record and all that stuff. And so yeah, that was really what my inspiration came to, and made the series and started a while ago, and yeah, it's been pretty good ever since. Next question, do the chickens have large talons? What chicken? I can only assume that this one's talking about Guff. He's not a chicken, nor does he have talons. That would probably have to be explained what he is in a lore video, if I ever did decide to drop one. Which, if you guys would like one, maybe leave a comment. Maybe leave a like or something so I know. Who knows? However this video is perceived, I will continue to try to make more of these. Next question. Will you give me $5? No. Moving on. What is Guff? Again, I'd have to explain that in a lore video, but to put it to least, he is somewhat of a god, but not really. He has powers, just I haven't introduced him in the series, but perhaps I've said too much. Next one. It was another question about the story and lore. Where do Guff's weapons come from? Guff's weapons have been forged by gods as well. These gods that he doesn't know about, actually. And so these weapons are just bestowed down upon to him so that he can use them, whenever he battles. He actually does have an upcoming defense weapon coming very soon, but we're just gonna have to wait for that one. Next one, why does Guff wear a cape? To put it simply, I thought it looked cool. There's no story implications. I mean, he just has a cape. It's like, why does Superman have a cape? No one really questions it. So maybe you should stop questioning why he has a cape. Next one. What happened to Patch's wings? Well, I'll tell you this. Patch is not my character originally. I maybe add some stuff for him, but he's my version in the series. But I didn't create him. Pumpkin Patch YT did. So, you know, it's not really my character. But if I had to assume, those are wings that he just also has. It's like the cape. Don't question it. Next one. How long are you going to keep your series running? For as long as I can. And what I mean by that is I have tons of ideas, but the main story for my whole series kind of ended about season 2, or at least that was part 1 of the whole thing. Because then season 3 became its little own thing until season 4 came back, and I decided to continue my original story that I ended in season 2. So then I brought it back so that, you know, everything could line up and flow easier because, well, season 3 was a bit of a mess. But I do have a lot of plans going into season 7. So hopefully I don't run out of ideas by season 7. Another question. How many voice actors do you have? Let's see. There's me. Nah, I'm kidding. There's approximately me, 2 buddies that are helping, and obviously you guys know him. Pumpkin Patch is also helping as some of the characters as well. And yeah, so that's about like 4 actors. I hope to continue to expand my actors in the future, but that's only something I can wish and pray upon. So yeah. Have you ever thought of switching up your style of content or video format? I've only stuck with the Fortnite story, which combines both style and format. I've stuck with that for the longest because that is what I can think of. But if you guys noticed during season 4, I did switch it up a bit by introducing these little reaction videos. And I mean, those did well, but it's not that I care about views or whatever. But no, that's not it. What it is though is that you kind of have to follow up and keep up with every update that happens in Fortnite. I mean, look at other Fortnite YouTubers, how they react to certain things like a season update or maybe a live event. My bad. Okay. Other YouTubers react to the content and maybe can like push it out within a day or 2. Meanwhile, me, I can make videos fast, but I can't make them fast enough, as I also procrastinate, which is something I need to get better at, you know, to stop procrastinating. Yeah. But at the end, I haven't really thought of switching up the format, only because, again, it takes time, and especially what I'm going into, that time is going to be very little. Now, my style, like, you know, just focusing on Fortnite, I've thought about switching to other games, but I think I'd want to keep this channel strictly to Fortnite. Maybe in the future, if I decide to, I'll make another channel where I cover other games, and maybe I'll play with other people on those games, maybe like a Helldivers video, which might be a nice time to plug in my Twitch account if you guys want to go follow that, where I stream other games, sometimes Fortnite, sometimes Helldivers, and actually Friday I'll be streaming Marvel Rivals, which is tomorrow. Oof, I gotta get this video done quick. And or by the time I upload this, it may already be Friday. So, yeah. But yeah, that's that question answered. How much does Guff weigh? That is a good question. I have this written down somewhere. Let me... Oh my goodness. I have to open my school journal, because I like to procrastinate in school as well. Don't tell anybody I said that, even though everyone knows now. To answer that question, I didn't write down a weight. His weight is limitless. If Guff was a Pokemon, what type would he be? I don't know. I haven't focused on Pokemon in a while, not since 2021. But if I had to think, he'd probably be fighting and I'd say normal. Yeah, sounds about right. And that seems to be it for the questions and answers. Again, thank you guys a lot for being able to kind of make this possible. I know there's not a lot of you, and well, some of you probably won't even watch this video, but you know, to my 62 subscribers, thank you so much for tuning into every video I make. You know, the good, the bad, the very bad, but then the also very good. And yeah, I'll be continuing to work on episodes as long as I can, and hopefully I don't have to stop anytime soon, but I'll make another update if something like that does occur. Other than that, keep yourself safe and have a good day. Bye-bye.